Good day, class. I hope you are all doing great today and safe at your home. So we are shifting to asynchronous learning. So for today's discussion will be all about ice and rain protection, which is at a chapter 30. Ice and rain protection is a critical aircraft system, gaya nga po nung sinabi ko sa inyo last time and paulit-ulit na sinasabi every discussion ng ating aircraft system is importanteng alam ninyo kung ano yung ATA chapter corresponds with this aircraft system. Example with this ATA chapter 30, ice and rain protection. Sir, bakit po mahalagang magkaroon ng ice and rain protection? So, di po ba ang aircraft natin is flying above, for example, 10,000 feet, 20,000 feet, 32,000 feet, above 40,000 feet, and at that altitude, nakaka-experience tayo ng low temperature. So, pag wala tayo nitong ice and rain protection, so magiging risk yung formation ng icing. And ice and rain protection, so let me use a pen. So ice and rain protection enables aircraft in operation in icing condition and heavy rain. Kaya po siya importante. So as altitude increases, air temperature decreases or the temperature decreases. Okay, so what are the hazards in the icing formation? So, una is nagkakaroon ng malformation dun sa ating airfoil that could decrease the amount of lift, lalo na sa small-bodied aircraft. Although naman pag small-bodied aircraft, hindi ina-allow yung operation kapag merong icing condition or dun sa mga bansa na merong winter. And another one, so yung icing formation, nagkakaroon ng additional weight and unequal formation of the ice that could cause unbalancing dun sa ating aircraft, making it hard to control. And another one, dun sa ating, lalo na sa mga wide-body aircraft nowadays, yung Airbus fleet and Boeing fleet, yung sa mga sensor. So kapag yung sensor natin nagkaroon ng icing formation or nagkaroon ng yellow, hindi siya magpa-function ng kanyang normal configuration or function ng normal operation. So yun po ay nagkakaroon tayo ng risk and hazard na maaaring mag-lead sa unsafe flight and operation. Okay, si ice and rain protection or dun muna tayo sa ice protection. So si ice protection nahati pa siya sa dalawa, anti-icing at saka de-icing. So umpisa muna natin kapag sinabing anti-icing, ito yung consists of components that prevent ice formation. So pag anti-icing again, prevents ice formation. Pag de-icing, meron ng accumulation ng ice, tatanggalin. Kaya siya tinawag na de-icing. So balik tayo dito sa anti-icing. Okay, so ang una component for our anti-icing sa ating aircraft, example dito is sa Airbus, is yung ating wing thermal anti-ice. So kung maaalala nyo dun sa discussion natin sa pneumatic system, dun sa leading edge ng ating mga wings sa Airbus aircraft is merong bleed air supply ducts. Meaning, once the engine is activated, magkakaroon na ng flow ng bleed air dun sa mga bleed air supply ducts na nandun sa ating leading edge ng wing. So, leading to anti-icing. So, meaning heated siya by means of pneumatics or by means of bleed air. Okay, so ito yon. Ito yung nabanggit ni sir. Okay, wing thermal anti-ice. So, pneumatic system provides means for anti-icing dun sa ating 3 outboard leading edge slats of each wing. So, wag kakalimutan. Okay, next is yung ating inlet cowling or engine intake na anti-icing. So, meron dyan bulb, engine anti-ice bulb. Siya yung nag-aalaw na dumaloy yung bleed air para magkaroon ng heating or uminit yung ating inlet cowling. So, leading to anti-icing. So, yung possibility na magkaroon ng ice dun sa ating intake cowling ay negative. Okay, so ito yung itsura or position ng ating engine air intake anti-ice valve. So, as you can see dun sa ating screen. So sa CFM56, dito siya located. Sa Pratt & Whitney 6000, dito siya located. At saka dun sa ating B2500. So which is more on sa Airbus and na aircraft ginagamit. Okay, so kung maaalala nyo doon sa ating discussion ng pneumatic system, saan nga po ulit kumukuha ng bleed air na ginagamit ng pneumatic system? Kasi doon sa area na yon, doon din kukuha itong ating engine air intake anti-ice valve or yung ating inlet cowling anti-icing. So sa high pressure compressor. Take note, in the event of an electrical power supply failure, so this valve will be automatically open. So meaning meron pa rin siyang anti-icing. Okay, so next naman natin is yung ating mga probes. So yung ating mga probes sa aircraft again is merong anti-icing. So hindi na siya pneumatically heated. So heated na siya by means of electricity. So meaning electrically heated. So yung ating total air temperature probe, so at saka yung ating mga static force, at saka yung ating angle of attack probes, and then yung ating pitot probes, which is mga critical na mga probes na nagbibigay ng means do sa ating navigation at saka sa ating flight management system. So, ibig sabihin, importante sila na merong anti-icing. So, balik muna tayo, no? So, medyo liway tayong konti. Okay, pag during maintenance, may nakita kayong dumi dito sa static ports, so yan po ay tatanggalin nyo, ha? And take note, iiwasan ninyo na mababali yung mga port, yung mga nakatundos dito na mga maliliit. So, wag niyo pong babaliin, no? So, iiwasan masagi or intentionally baliin. So, may tiwala naman ako sa inyo, no? Okay. So, yung red area na yan is maintain natin na malinis yung loob ng red area, sorry. Okay, so angle of attack probe. So, dito po yung sila located. So, malapit sa belly. So, sa ating forward fuselage. Okay, so wag din tong gagalawin, ha? Okay. So, yan ay, again, heated electrically. Okay, so total air temperature probe. So, located siya dun sa malapit sa nose. So, sa lower part. So, ito po siya. So, again, electrically heated po yan. Okay, so next, yung ating pitot probe. So, electrically heated. And yung ating mga static ports. Okay, so nabanggit na kanina. So, probes ice protection. So, yung ating mga pitot probes, angle of attack sensor, static force, yung TATS probe. Okay, so probes are heated and take note, probes are heated automatically when at least one engine is running. So, kahit isang engine lang yung gumagana, so meron tayong electrically heating dun sa ating mga probes. Okay, kung meron sa inyong nakabalita dati na or nabasang article about aircraft accident na nag-lead ang sa catastrophic aircraft accident. So, nag-lead yung aksidente dahil sa nagyelo yung pitot probe. Lumipad yung aircraft during severe weather conditions, so leading to aircraft accident. Nag-malfunction yung ating probes dahil sa ice formation. So, isang eksaktong example na kung gaano ka-importante yung ice protection. Okay, next is yung ating drain mass. So, again, yung ating drain mass is electrically heated. Sir, para saan yung drain mass? So, madidiscuss natin to as we go along sa ating water and waste system. Si drain mass, siya yung labasan ng waterways or waste water. Okay, so yung galing sa lababo, dyan po lumalabas. So, importante yun siya ay electrically heated para hindi mag-clog just in case magkaroon ng icing formation yung ating drain mass at saka yung kanyang connection dun sa ating water and waste system. So again, electrically heated. So kahit isang engine lang yung running, so electrically heated tong drain mass. So ito po yung heat yung temperature nitong drain mass is adjusted during ground operation. Pinapahina nila. Pero kapag operational na yung aircraft or preparing na for flight, and during flight, so medyo mainit to, itong drain mass. Okay, so now take note on the ground. The heat is reduced to prevent injury to ground personnel. So again, electrically heated ha, huwag malilito. Okay, so next naman yung ating windshield, electrically heating and defogging. So, importante magkaroon to ng defogging para clear palagi yung vision or visual ni piloto doon sa outside atmosphere. Okay, so electrical heating is supplied doon sa ating windshield, anti-icing, and cockpit side window defogging. Okay, next. So, dito naman tayo sa small-bodied aircraft, yung ginagamit ng mga Cherokee at saka ng Piper Arrow or yung Piper Arrow PA. Okay, so itong tinatawag na whipping wing. So, sa whipping wing, merong nasa loob nito na isang cylinder na ang laman ay TKS fluid. So, yung TKS fluid na yon is intentionally tumutulo dun sa ating wing. So, coating yung ating leading edge. So, nagkakaroon siya ng anti-icing. So, kaya siya tinawag na whipping wing. So, literal, pinapatulo yung TKS fluid. Sir, ano yung TKS fluid na ginagamit ni whipping wing? Ethylene glycol base liquid. Kaso, merong limitation itong whipping wing. So, magkakaroon lang tayo ng anti-icing during or ano yung estimate time or of duration is 1.5 to 2.5 hours. So, meaning, during this time, yun lang yung meron tayong anti-icing. So, kung operation ng ating aircraft is for 4 hours, tapos lilipad siya sa isang winter country during winter condition and environment, so during this time, yun lang yung meron siyang anti-icing. So, pwedeng i-adjust nila yung flight plan, so para magkaroon lang ng protection sa ice. So, ganun ka-importante itong whipping wing. Okay, so next, tuloy natin yung kalahating part ng ice protection. So which is yung de-icing, meaning meron ng accumulation ng ice. Ang gagawin ng ating component is tanggalin or i-de-ice yung ice formation. Okay, example nito yung ating pneumatic rubber de-icer boots. So nakalagay dun sa ating leading edge ng ating aircraft. So, ito yung example. So, pag nag-inflate yung ating rubber de-icer boot. So, meaning, so merong accumulation ng ice. As you can see dun sa visual depiction, then, de-ice niya. So, by inflating yung ating pneumatic rubber de-icer boots. So, later discuss natin paano yung servicing nito. Okay, so yung ating pneumatic rubber de-icer boots is merong control sa cockpit. So kapag pinush yung on, mag-i-inflate siya. Pag pinush yung red button, magde-deplete siya. Okay, so when ice buildups do sa leading edge, an engine-driven pneumatic pump inflates the rubber de-icer boots. And de-icing boots are controlled on the flight deck. So yun nabanggit kanina, yung blue button for inflation, red button for para ma-deflate. Okay. So, next naman is yung aircraft na gumamit ng combination ng electricity at saka vibrating metal. So, electromechanical expulsion na de-icing. So, presenting Raytheon 390 Premier 1. Again, ano yung ginamit yung de-icing? Electromechanical expulsion. So, meaning, merong mga coils dun sa likod ng leading edge ng ating wings. And kapag inon sa cockpit, magbabibrate. So, by electricity, inon sa cockpit, magbabibrate yung mga coils na yon, mga metal coils na yon. So, causing ice to break off. Okay. So, because it doesn't modify the airport surface, so smooth yung ating aerodynamics. So, unlike sa rubber de-icer boots na nababago yung ating airfoil shape. Kasi nga nag-i-inflate, nagde-deflate. So, ito, electromechanical expulsion. Nasa loob naman ng ating leading edge. Okay, next naman is ice detection. So, more on wide-bodied to. Okay, so meron tayong ice detection sensor. Nandun sa forward, dun sa mayroong sa ating forward ng ating aircraft at saka dun sa forward lower part. Okay. Okay, ice detection system consists of two separate ice detector located so the forward lower section. Okay, so an external visual ice indicator with an integrated light is installed between two windshields. Ito po yun. So, ito yung 1. Ito yung 2. Okay, so saan naman nakikita yung mga controls and indication ng ating ice and rain protection or dito muna tayo sa ice protection sa may overhead panel. So, makikita nyo dito. So, ito yung sa wing, ito yung sa engine 1, engine 2, at saka ito yung sa ating probes, at saka sa window heat. Pwedeng auto, pwedeng manually. Okay. Pag may fault, iilaw to ng amber light. So, indication na may fault dun sa ating anti-icing. Okay, so again, all ice and rain protection controls are located sa overhead panel. So, crew manages wing and engine anti-ice bulbs through anti-ice control panel. All the electrical heating system, so by the probe window switch. So, ito po yun. Okay, next is yung ating rain protection. Okay, sir, para saan tong tatlong probes na to? So, ang tawag dyan ay side slip angle probe. So, ayan po ay electrically heated din. Okay, yung ating mga windshield wiper is ang control niya is nasa overhead. So, meron siyang off, slow, at pass. So, again, dalawa po yun. Off, slow, pass din. So, left side at saka right side. Sa Airbus po to. Sa Boeing, ganun din halos. Okay, so electrical wipers provided sa windshield. So, they are operated slow or fast through wiper selector located in the wiper panels. Sir, gaano kabilis yung maximum? So, 230 knots. So, ganun po kabilis. Okay, so dito naman tayo sa tinatawag na rain repellent. So, sir, yung rain repellent, kailan na-apply? Every 1,000 flight hours. And take note, yung ating aircraft, bago i-release ni manufacturer, bago ipadala sa mga customer, meron na siyang hydrophobic coating. So, kaya redundancy. So, lahat ng aircraft system natin, even sa structures, may redundancy. Okay, so chemical rain repellent. So, in-flight applied windshield rain repellent system has been deployed, so which provide improved visibility when flying in rain condition. Okay, ito yung sinasabi ni sir na hydrophobic coating. So, ito yung hydrophobic coating, ito yung glass window layer, ito yung plastic window layer. Okay, so ito po yun. So, ano ba ginagawa pag hydrophobic coating? So, for example, ito yung surface. Ito yung ulan. So, yung ulan, magba-bounce off lang. Okay, so that's the operation ng hydrophobic coating. Okay, so next discussion will be laboratory materials. So after each discussion, I will send a feedback form. So for you to respond if may tanong or gusto ng clarification or curious question, you can input to that G form. So we can fill the gap in learning. Okay, so that's all for today for our lecture. So I hope you comprehend this video. So again, this is for asynchronous learning. Okay, if my questions, clarifications, curious questions, thoughts to share. So clear, going once, going twice. So that's all for today.